岡島さんは今何をおっしゃいておりますか。あなた遅いです。
Okay, the next film is Altman by film director Ron Mann, who I fortunately got to meet. And for some bizarre reason, he starts off talking about doing mushrooms in the washroom, and I think it was his way of presenting humor and that he's just a regular guy. And, but whereas I'm not into drugs of any kind, and it kind of, you know, why are you telling me? Why are you telling me this? But he's pretty cool. He's a pretty cool guy, Ron Mann, director Ron Mann. But he presented his film Altman. It's about film director who started MASH, McCabe, and Mrs. Miller, all kinds of these series of films. If you go to, if you look up Altman, Google Altman, you'll see his filmography. You'll see the films he was responsible for. He originally started off as a television film director, and he lied his way into doing movies by telling the hiring agent or the director that he was expert in this, that, and the other thing when he wasn't. And so they hired him for that particular thing, but he learned as he went. It's not that difficult if you're smart enough. You can catch on real quick in the film industry. You just have to be really dedicated at your particular avenue in it. But Altman shows the progression of the man's career from the very beginning, from his military days when he got out of World War II, being in the army and trying to find his niche in life and what he enjoyed doing, and making films was one of them. And so, you know, he started off in television and did some Alfred Hitchcock stuff. Alfred Hitchcock liked his stuff, and he went on into films, and he made MASH, which was a breakout and a new type of movie that never was seen before. He used characters, for instance. He didn't go out because he wanted to keep MASH a secret from the producers, who would have shut down the production if they had known what he was up to. He went down to a comedy club down the street and he hired all those actors, including Elliot Gould and Donald Sutherland and, you know, etc. And he put them in the MASH movie. You know, the little guy called Radar, can't remember his name. And he put them in that MASH movie, and he only shot when the producers were out of town, so they wouldn't suddenly arrive on set, find out what he was doing, and close down the film. And MASH became a major hit because nobody had ever seen anything like this type of comedy before. And it was right on target because the Vietnam War was ongoing at that time, and the United States was tired of it, and it helped relieve the tension. So it follows Altman's career as his ups and downs. It wasn't all straight going up. He made a few bad decisions with filmmaking, but he enjoyed what he did. And if you are a movie maker or a filmmaker, if you want to get into the production side of things, this is a film that you must see. Altman is a great training tool. I highly recommend watching this movie if you're in the business and you want to find out how it works. You need to know the history of film. This is the movie you want to see, Altman. I recommend it for that purpose. It's a general interest movie. It's got a great storyline if you like biographies. Ron Mann is a really down-to-earth great guy. I wish you had met him. You know, he deserves your full support. I highly recommend this film. It's a fairly decent movie.